If you were anything like me, just thinking, public land hunting is hard. You got a home here. Welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of the state, nation, and world that we live in. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out. It is a tough part of being in Arizona. It is a tough part. Um, if you move here from the Midwest, if you move here from anywhere else, I'll say you need to relearn how to hunt. You need to relearn how to fish. Period. It's a different ball game in Arizona. It is a completely different ball game in the state of Arizona, and it's not a big thing. It's not like, oh, you suck at this. No, it's just a different sport. It's like a Shohei Ohtani went to play cricket. It's just a different sport. It's not like he sucks at sports. He just doesn't know how to play cricket. It's not that you suck at hunting. You just don't know how to hunt here in Arizona. What is with this light here? What is happening here? Whoa, that is decidedly the wrong way. Oh, yay. See, this is what happens when they let me push buttons in the new studio. It's all over the place. Anyway, but you're going to have to. No, Mike, I've hunted in the Midwest. That's real hunting. No, it isn't. It's grocery shopping with firearms. It's like going to Blue Rooster. Blue Rooster's fantastic to go to if you want to fill a freezer. But you're not hunting. You're rolling around and seeing what you want. That's hunting in the Midwest. Here in Arizona, it is the first question after someone comes back from a hunt. The first question is what? See anything? Did you see anything? Not did you get anything. How big is what you got? Nope. Did you see anything? It's tough. It's not an easy hunt out here. It just isn't. It's not easy hunting. First time I went out was with Big Game Judd, long time ago, and I was wearing muck boots, and the guys are like, "Why the? You're gonna turn an ankle like that?" I'm like, "Turn an ankle? I'm just walking to the blind." What blind? What do you mean? What blind? We're not going to go just sit and wait for an animal to come around. No, man, we got to go up those mountains up there and glass. Glass? The hell does that mean? Binoculars, spotting scope. And then what? Well, when we see something, we got to, close the gap and see if we can get to it. Well, so we get something and we bring the truck around, right? No, pack that thing out. Different ball game out here, y'all. Different ball game. And if Slavo's watching this, he'll talk a bunch of trash. He's going to talk because he's a king trash talker, and he will talk trash. I want to drop that down a little bit. I for some reason, what the heck is happening with this thing? Let's do that. Oh, there we go. Okay, all right, that's a little better. I would say that's a little better. Okay. He thinks I don't want to go anywhere, and I don't. I don't want to hike anywhere. I like hiking, but I don't like hiking with 25 pounds on my back and a rifle or a bow. I don't like that. But Mike, that's hunting. Okay, that's Arizona hunting. It's not Midwest hunting at all. It's not even northeast hunting. Hell, not even Northwest hunting. Not even Alaska hunting. It's different here. It's absolutely different here. And public land hunting in hunting in Arizona is discouraging. You know why? Because your expectations aren't set when you set out. Newbies that start here are okay because that's all they know. That's what hunting is. The people from the Midwest go out and hunt, and they're like, this sucks. A friend of mine, Randy, he's just donating a lot of his camping and hunting stuff to Heroes Rising Outdoors. He was like, I don't know how old he is. I'm guessing 60s, late 60s. He's like, I don't want to put in the time, put in the effort anymore. I'm going to the butcher. I'm going to fill up my freezer. I'm going to go to a farm, and I'm going to buy a side of beef. I'm done hunting. Wow. I can't even fathom that. Because I'm saving for opportunities, both here in the state and outside of the state, where it isn't. You're hiking 7 miles all day. I don't like it. I'll be the first to admit. Again, if Slav was watching, I'm sure he's already commented. It's okay. That's who I am. I don't care. I really don't. I will ride around in a truck all damn day, then get out every, I don't know, so-and-so distance and throw some binos out there and see what I can see. And if I can see something, fine, I'm going. That does not bother me because my expectations are now proper. They're set properly. There was a poll. Hunt Quietly is something we talked about on, I believe, on Monday. And Hunt Quietly was talking about the poaching pro staff guys. Check this out. This is above discouragement, above difficulty. This is what is stopping people from public land hunting. How about this? Which has most negatively impacted public land hunting in the last decade? Okay, your options are human population growth, declining game populations, hunting media, mapping software, tag application services, and public land hunting is as great as ever. Like, oh, no, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. No. Because you can take out tag application services because it just is what it is. The conservation department in your state is what it is, and the process is what the process is. Get over it. Build a bridge, get over it. Crimea River, Timberlake. Let's get moving, right? Declining game populations, true. That's tough. It makes it harder. And the reason why populations are declining in the state of Arizona, and I'm going to say it, and God bless John Colasar, he's going to be very happy to hear this, is we have let a feral horse problem become a crisis. It was a for a while there. Then it was it's kind of a problem. Now it's a crisis. We'll get to that in a little later. And what happens is there's so many horses, they'll run the wildlife off because they drink all the drinkers, which you don't know what a drinker is. A drinker is a big tank, essentially, that we, as conservationists and volunteers, we fill those tanks. And then the horses come and sit those tanks and run off the elk, run off the deer, run off everything until they have just drank that thing dry. So that's why declining populations is because they're taking off. They're like, we got to go to water. We got to go where the water is. Human population growth, okay. I mean, I get it, but that takes so long. You look like a master plan community or something going up and roads again. I don't know if it's been the last decade, I guess maybe. But the number one answer, ding, 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 survey set. Hunting media. And this goes back to expectations, right? It goes back to your expectations being set by what you watch on TV. Hunting opportunities here in Arizona are pretty vast. We can hunt 365. You can hunt 365 days a year, 7 days a week. You can hunt every day here. There's always something to hunt. But big game opportunities are, once in a while. It's a lottery system. So the majority of us are sitting on our hands during hunting season and we're watching hunting shows. And we get into that expectation that's basically just driven into us that this is easy. They try to make it sound hard on these shows, and it's just absolutely atrocious that they try to make this sound hard, right? They try to make it sound difficult. Here we are on the last day of the hunt. They're in a tree stand, right? It's the last day of the hunt. About to lose light here. We're waiting for the deer that we've watched on trail cam for 6 years now. We call it Thunderdome. And lo and behold, the old Thunderdome just shows up with the last minute, and then doink, they poke it, and away it goes, and they have a big, headlamp view of this thing with this giant rack, and it's, oh, man, wow. Always on the last day. I actually got upset about that for a hot minute, about the last day of the hunt. Oh, it's always on the last day of the hunt, always on the last day of the hunt. Yeah, because they filled the tag. So when they say the last day of the hunt, they're not even talking about the last day of the season. They're talking about the last day of the hunt. Why? Because they're going to drop something. So they're not lying. What they're doing, and what we find out is, and this is where it says hunting media, what we find out here is that a lot of these jabronis, these slappies, are either high fencing or just or over bait, whatever it is. Magically, that one they had on trail cam keeps showing up with all of their film crew and everything coming around and just trouncing for 5 days at a time. Oh yeah, it hasn't moved a bit. Oh yeah, it's still in the same trail cam. No, it's not. And we realize that. And you go, okay, well that sucks. Basically, everything's a lie. And then you get drawn and you go out and you're like, this is hard. Why am I not somebody that can get this? Why am I not somebody that can have it easy, right? Why is it not easy? But it might be for somebody. Could be, but it's hard. Yeah. Your expectations are set by a bunch of slappies that are high fencing, purchasing deer, purchasing animals brought to the spot where they're hunting. I mean, they're not tying them to a tree or anything like that, but I mean, come on. Come on. It makes sense. This hurts our way of life. This hurts conservation because, again, the North American model of wildlife conservation is funded by sportsmen. And if we're not out there hunting, we lose conservation funding. Plain and simple. And if we can't stop these slappies on social media, these slappies on Pursuit and Outdoor Channel, all that, we can't stop them from just making it look, oh, look at this, it's so easy. We're just gonna have to face consequences. It's not easy. You look at young kids, think about that. Because again, we're saying that which is the most negatively impacted public land hunting in the last decade, and that is hunting media. Think about taking your kid out there, and your kid's been watching these shows, and your kid is like, what the hell? This sucks. This is terrible. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go hunting. This is terrible. We've walked 5 miles. We didn't see anything. Every time we go hunting, I'm like, pick the wrong time to quit drinking. Tell you that much. But game also, this basically sparse game, depleting game populations makes it tough as well. And again, we're not talking about the Midwest. The Midwest is what the Midwest is. It's like I said, it's grocery shopping with firearms. And so when you have when you have unlimited opportunities, the model works. Here in Arizona, in the southwestern United States, you're seeing declining populations. That obviously makes public land hunting more difficult. So, Mike, you have spent 13 minutes completely complaining about all these influencers and complaining about how hard it is on public land. So let's talk about the solution. Here's the solutions. Education and expectation, period. Education, expectation, education, expectation, education, expectation. That's it. Any relationship, any success in anything, any management success, parenting is managing expectations. We are Jedis at managing expectations. That's what we do. So we do at work, so we do as parents. We manage expectations. Why aren't we doing that here in the outdoor world? Managing expectations. Get on these videos. These videos, comment on them. Point out that it's the last day of the hunt because they filled their tag. They weren't out there grinding for 2 weeks during the whole season. Point it out. Don't be an online Karen. But I mean, there's certain people in the outdoor world that you're like, okay, come on. Michael Waddell from Bone Collector has a 2,000-acre ranch in North Missouri. There's deer everywhere. I believe it's him. Him and the Drurys, I think I want to say. Maybe it's Missouri? Yeah, I know the Drurys up in Missouri. You know, the hotels. Those guys have had just a hunting show dynasty for years and years. But I would talk about these guys. This is just what whatever. Everybody knows that. It's these slappies that you see on social media. They're out there poaching. and just anything in the world they can do to get the views. Just manage those expectations online. Take it to them. Now that the show's back, that's something I want to do, because I'm going to go in and respond to the comments that you have on these shows because they're pre-recorded. I'm going to respond to the comments, and while I'm on there, I might as well take a look around, take a little look-see, and do some commenting. And a nice, respectful commenting. You know, hey, listen, I love your stuff. The video production on this thing is absolutely amazing. But you didn't find Thunderdome on the last day of your hunt. You just, come on. It's disingenuous. It's not the hunting game. Come out here to Arizona. We'll see what kind of hunter you are. I think that would be the greatest invitation ever. If I will host you, we'll get an over-the-counter tag, and I'll film for you. Won't cost you a dime. I'll pay for your ticket. I'll put you up in a hotel. Let's go. Let's go find. Let's see what a great hunter you are. Can you imagine their show? Yeah, well, we ran out of time and we saw a spike, and I shot a spike. Can you imagine going to their social media and just holding on to the little tiny spike? No way in hell they do it, because they got a good thing going. And unfortunately, for the media world, managing expectations you can't do on a show. You can't have a guy out here just Arizona Hunter is brought to you by The Go Show. And there's a guy out there, say it's Slavo, he's the star of the show, and he gets skunked 3 times out of 4. That's not entertaining. The actual take of game is entertaining. So you can't have we got skunked again. It's Arizona for you. Yeah, whole show you just watched it, and we didn't see a damn thing. That's a lot of time to fill. That's a lot of editing to do. You can't do it that way. So it just comes down to comments and just kind of playing along, playing the game. What else do we do to make public land hunting a little more palatable? Step away from the donuts. I know it's mean to say, but you need to be in shape if you want to hunt in the southwestern United States. If you want a public land hunt, you need to be in shape. That's all there's to it. You got to get out. You got to walk. And then when you get to walking to about, 5-6 miles where you think you're going to put on in a day, then you put on a backpack and do the same thing. And then you go to local high school and you just walk up and down the football bleachers. Walk. You don't have to run. You don't have to become some power athlete. Cameron Hanes is the name I've been thinking about for 2 straight shows that I couldn't think of it. It just popped in my head. But he's all about the fitness and this and that, and I'm all about fitting these tacos in my mouth. That's about it. But you have to, if you want to hunt out here, you have to be able to either roll the dice and say, we're just going to drive around and get out every now and again and see if that can work. Rarely does, unless you're Jim Hurd. If you're Tequila Jim, they all have an app on their phone. Him, his father, and his brother-in-law have an app, and they just get on the app and hit it, and then the game shows up. It's flipping weird. And the reason why I say that is every time we've been on a hunt and they've taken game, guess what? They were on their phone, and they were like, oh, hold on a second. There's an elk. Yeah. On their phone. Quite suspect, if you ask me. Allegedly have an app. He's an attorney. I have to say things like that. Where the hell was I going with that? Nah, but yeah, you can roll the dice and do that. Or you can you just get in shape and hit the ground and be a hunter. Be a stalker hunter. You can do that. Takes time. Takes effort. Not like what the guys on the shows are putting in. We have to, basically it's for thee and not for me, or for me and not for thee, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Those guys live in the good life. Education, second one, expectation and education. Expectation, obviously, is it's going to be hard. Expectation is it's not as easy as you see on TV. And expectation is you got to get in shape. The education goes to the antis. A lot of people don't want to get into hunting because they're afraid of it. A lot of people don't want to get into hunting because they're afraid of the antis. And when I say the antis, I'm talking about the PETA and the HSUS slappies online, the slacktivists. Meat is murder. Oh, we should do a whole show on meat is murder. Can't wait for that one. The education goes to, once again, comment section. Educate. Put a link to the North American model of wildlife conservation. Put a link to your Arizona Game and Fish Department. Just drop a link right in the comments. So here you go. For all of you the uneducated, here's how conservation is funded in the United States of America. Educate. Help to turn down the volume a little bit online of the anti-crazies that are scaring the next generation of chicks to come up and get into hunting and fishing. And always know this, and it's always a good line, by the way. How ugly does an animal have to be for you to be okay with me hunting it? It's a great question. Because they'll know exactly what you mean. Because if it was in a damn Disney movie, we can't hunt it. I think we've gone past the statute of limitations on this. Not statute. That's probably not the right thing to say. We've outgrown this one. Oh, you're going to go kill Bambi? This generation doesn't know who Bambi is. So at least we got through that. Oh, you're killing Bambi? No, as a matter of fact, I'm not killing Bambi. Killing Bambi's dad. And if I have a doe tag, I'm killing Bambi's mom. Chill out. See, it's terrible. We can't say that. But every time I'm talking about, I'm going fishing, I'm going catfishing tonight, they're like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. This catfish are ugly. Catfish ugly, only a face a mother could love. And that mother's lying. They're ugly fish. It's okay. Go ahead and take it. Go ahead and kill it. Go ahead and fry it up, catfish, some fish and chips. How ugly does an animal have to be for you to be okay with me hunting it? And they're all hypocrites, every single one of them. Unless they are a diehard vegan. I'm like, you're a hypocrite. Purely hypocrite. It's funny because Queen Bee will say she knows. She's like, I know. I mean, she has right now, and I'm just going to throw her under the bus here. There's a little family of quail in her backyard right now. And there was 11 babies. Mom and dad doing a great job. Mom always shuttling them around, and dad just staying guard, getting up on the wall. That thing, he is just watching every single thing. The dogs come in the back. He is on them. So there might or might not be little chunks of quail block in the backyard. There may not be. Okay. So there is. And I've helped facilitate that. So here we have Queen Bee, who actually just loves the little quail family in her backyard in a very dedicated relationship with a man who goes and hunts quail. She understands that. We understand it. We understand that relationship. And it's not bad letting the next generation know, hey, listen, this isn't what it's supposed to be like. This is not what it's supposed to be like. Everyone should support hunters and anglers, so you stay on the good side. Hold on a second. What, did I do that again? Didn't I do that last week? I forgot to plug in my system here. There we go. Now we're all plugged in. Holy cow. I don't know if that all came through because it was all kind of lagging on the other side. And it's because the thing wasn't plugged in. It was like in low power mode. But to wrap this up, and you're like, please, Mike, wrap it up. Get off the soapbox here. If you moved into town, get a guide. Period. End of story. Just get a guide. If you're big game hunting, I can get a scouting package, which is pretty affordable. Guides are expensive. They're not cheap, but there's a reason. Supply and demand, really. Demand high, supply low. Fishing, your nearest body of water where you are going to go fish, hire a guide for that spot. I highly recommend the Arizona Fishing Guides. And say I'm going to go Fish Canyon. I'm fishing Lake Pleasant. I want my target. I want smallmouth. I want largemouth. I want striped bass. He eats a stripe. And have them teach you. Just say half a day. Just go on half a day. Teach me the techniques that work here in Arizona, especially for this body of water that I will be fishing at the most. Hire a guide. Do your research. By the way, guide is not cheating. Guide is education. And do your research. Educate yourself. There are plenty of books on hunting and fishing in Arizona. Plenty of them. They're very general. And if you want specific advice, go to specific people. We are a welcoming lot for the most. But I think we are. There's a solid handful and a solid percentage of us as outdoorsmen and women in Arizona that aren't going to tell you squat. And if we look like the really nice person that's going to help you out and get you right on those deer or get you right on those fish, we're probably lying. Probably sending you on a wild goose chase. Ask specific people. I'm talking about family members, trusted friends. And then there, go with the old Ronald Reagan line. Trust but verify. Hey, look, no one wants to give up their honey hole. No one does. No one wants to give up their spot. So you gotta consider the source. Fact check them, that kind of thing. But that's it. It's got to be a trusted deal. I actually one time I was out deer hunting and heard bang bang up the hill, and I see these guys. They got a deer and they couldn't get it. They were just tired. I don't know what's going on, out of shape, whatever it is. So I hustle up, help them out, and get the deer down. We're sitting there talking by their side by side. We're chatting it up and having a beer, and they brought Michelob Ultra too. Yeah. The non-alcoholic beer I drink has more. Never mind. We're sitting there chatting it up, and they say, "Yeah, we've never hunted out here before." And I'm like, "Awesome, cool." So yeah, we just asked the guy at Circle K, and the guy at Circle K was like, "Oh yeah, I hunt here all the time. Here's exactly where you need to go." He told us to go to that stop sign right up there and head straight up the hill, and then boom, there it was. There the deer was just laying there. That happens all the time. And when I say it happens all the time, I'm talking about the people that never hunted here, or people that barely hunt at all, or people that put in for the draw for the first time. I got drawn. All of us here that get skunked for 7 years in a row and then go out when we do get a tag and see nothing. You're like, good for you. Good for you. Hope that guy at Circle K was a great guide. Hope you went back and gave him a tip. Wow. Happens all the time. I had a buddy of mine, Clayton. Clayton got drawn for, I forget, like 1 year. He went skunk. He didn't get drawn for anything. And then like 2 years in a row gets like all of these huge tags. Like just pop. It's fantastic. But look at a guy like Clayton. You want that kind of thing to happen because he's a good man. Want things like that, not just some guy who just shows up. The guy was like, I believe he's a pro angler at one point. I don't know. Guy can fish. Tell you what. Anyway, hey, thanks for hanging out. Let's do this again next time, shall we? What do we talk about next time? Oh, yes. We do need to talk about what's going on with REI, and we also need to talk about guys that are absolutely smashing it on a hook and worm. It's coming up next time on The Go Show. Celebrating all things outdoors, this beautiful outdoor playground of the state, nation, and world that we live in. Thanks for playing along, and we